Victims of last Thursday's gas explosion at La here in Accra are currently in medical facilities at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital and the 37 Military Hospital. Well, we also know that at least 3 of them have died from the plastic surgery department of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and also a number of those on admission at the 37 Military Hospital are still there, with visits already made by the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana and the President-elect, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But there are ongoing investigations by the Ghana National Fire Service, and we already have on the line the Deputy PRO for the Ghana National Fire Service, Billy Anaglati. A very good morning to you, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Now, what currently is the Ghana National Fire Service doing with the incident as far as the investigations are?
Well, actually, we are still investigating. We have not concluded our investigations. We are also trying to look further than the cause of the fire by trying to reassess the whole premises and the whole facilities, and to the extent of trying to find out the requirement of fire standard before the incident. So that is exactly what we are doing. That's how we have said that the owners should not even have any work done or at the place as at now, that we are trying various ways of trying to assess the safety requirement. This is not only being done by the fire service alone. We have all other agencies, the regulators such as EPA, NPA, including the fire service, holistically trying to assess several requirement procedures before the incident.
So you're saying that the place has only been cordoned off or closed down because of the incident. What about because perhaps they were operating with some defaults and also against the regulations?
No, it is too early for anybody to say that they were operating with any default. The assessment is not just a matter of looking at the place and conclude that because there was an incident, they might be working with default. Our investigations generally will come to probably unravel if really there were some defaults before the operation. But the closure is to enable the agencies to thoroughly assess and to know what pertains before the incidents occur, if really they were really meeting the safety standards.
In meeting safety standards, we have a number of such replicas of gas stations across the city, if not across the country. Is the Ghana National Fire Service involved in any way in the way they operate?
Yes, exactly. The fire service has the other agencies also have a role to play. The fire service, of course, before siting, we also give permit for construction, and in our permit, it is spelled out clearly the safety facilities and measures that you need to put in place after the place is constructed. We also request that after you have finished constructing, before you start operation, the fire service is the last agency that comes to assess whether those safety requirements that were spelled out in the permit given to you in principle, you have actually met them. If you do, then we can give you the go-ahead to operate. If you do not, we insist that you try to meet the standard. So the fire service has a role to play, and thereafter, as you are operating, we frequently and periodically check to assess whether you are still maintaining the safety facilities and the standard. And we also insist that now that you have your workers working there, some of the measures that you need to comply with is you making available the workers there for us to train them, to let them understand that their activities could cause fire within the place. So we give them the training that will enable them to observe and to determine and realize if there is any looming hazard. Then they themselves will be able to ensure and determine what mitigating factors and facilities and that need to put in place to prevent any disaster. These are some of the role of the fire service at filling station.
But do I take it then after you do all those sort of training, periodically you don't consistently tend to do the monitoring?
We do our snap checks, but you also agree with us that it can't be everyday check that we'll be doing. It's just that periodically we get in to do it. That is why we always ensure and educate the owners that we alone cannot do anything to prevent the fire. It's a shared responsibility. They should also complement our efforts. Take it for instance that we have come in to train your people, and then the following day you engage other people to work for you. It behooves for you to quickly make those people also available for training. But if you engage them and you fail to make them available, then that is why the problem will be. Because you also agree with me that severally, if you get to filling station, especially the gas filling station, there's some of the activities that you don't need to be a specialist or a fireman to determine that there are some of the activities in there are recipe for fire outbreak. At times, they even roll the gas cylinders on the cemented floor from one point to the other within the vicinity where they are loading. Those are some of the activities that could easily result to fire outbreak. We continue to educate them, but until they are able to complement our efforts, then some of these unexpected incidents will continue to happen.
So now what will be the caution for the public then?
Yes, that they should know that incidents of this situation will continue to come when you and I and every individual have failed to comply with the safety measures. So anybody that is going to probably a filling station, even to fill his cylinder or anything, should also observe the activities that is going on. Let us all try to police each other at those filling stations. Let us try to ensure that we all maintain the safety standard in there. Until the safety standard is maintained, we will definitely be having challenges. It will not be only those that are working there. The unsuspecting customers that are getting there could also be the victim of this reckless attitude of some of the workers at the place. So equally, we are only saying that everybody should live up to the expectation of ensuring safety wherever we found ourselves.
Does it mean that for the permits that you give to the gas stations in residential areas, those areas and those people within those residences are safe?
Come again?
Does it mean the permits that you, as well as the allied agencies that are involved in the setting up of a gas filling station, that you give those permits in residential areas, people living in those residential areas are safe?
Yes and no. Yes and no in the sense that it is not about the gas filling station per se in a residential area, but it is about the safety measures put in place. If you are able to have the standard safety measures that is recommended by fire service and you maintain it, then you have gone ahead to reduce the hazard already within the gas filling station and everybody will be safe. But if you fail to maintain those safety measures, that is why the problem is. That is where the challenges is. That is the issue we need to be talking about. So it is not about the siting of the gas filling station per se, but it is about the ensuring of the safety standard within the premises.
But the regulation is on your side. You are the law. So why is it that you don't tend to make sure you clamp down on those that tend to flout the regulations?
Well, you also agree with us that even this year we have clamped down and closed down some gas filling stations and petrol filling stations before for failure to meet the standard. We have taken some of them also to court for flouting the regulations LR 1724, Fire Precaution Premises Regulation. It is not that we don't do it, but I'm only saying that we can't be there 24 hours. We can get there today and realize everything is in place or ensure that they should fortify the safety measures in there. But the moment you leave the premises, if any of their activities from the workers or from any customer, and then they allow it, could easily cause fire. So whatever fire service is doing, it is only for the owners and the public to complement it. Our effort, remains and gets to a level where they should also pick it up from that point. By failure of them to do it, will definitely result to some of these challenges that we have.
Well, thank you very much. And Billy Anaglate is the Deputy PRO for the Ghana National Fire Service. And currently, the Ghana National Fire Service is continuing with investigations following the incident that was recorded in La, here in Accra, in which a gas filling station exploded, injuring and killing people in the process. We know that a number of the injured are currently on admission at the 37 Military Hospital and the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. A couple of them also are reported to have died. We'll bring you a lot more updates on this very subject, but we'll have to look at a message from the President-elect Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is rallying Ghanaians to be hopeful of the prospects of the country for the new year. In his Christmas message,